Predators currently find themselves in 8th place in the Central Division, which is last place after 7 games skated. They do have a record now of 2-5, which does sound better than 0-5. 4 points has the Nashville Predators, 10 points shy of the first place Winnipeg Jets. The Preds, where their next game will take place at Bridgestone Arena, have a home record of 1-4 on the season. The Preds have scored 17 goals. They've given up 25. That's a goal differential of -8. Let's talk about the Central Division top down. The Predators obviously at the bottom, so let's start at the top with the Winnipeg Jets. 14 points through 7 games. That's the maximum amount. The Minnesota Wild, the Dallas Stars, right underneath them with 12 points. The St. Louis Blues are at 10 points. Then the Utah Hockey Club, which did start out red hot, now at 9 points and in 5th place. They're 4-3-1 after starting out as incredible as you could to begin the season. The Colorado Avalanche are at 8 points and in 6th place. The Chicago Blackhawks are at 5 in 7th place, and the Nashville Predators are at 4 points in 8th place. Now, for the Nashville Predators, once they wrap up this next game at home against the Columbus Blue Jackets, Monday they will head off to Tampa Bay, so Steven Stamkos will make what I would assume will be an emotional return to Tampa Bay. Hopefully that will be the moment that gets his game jumped off and started. Then Thursday, the Nashville Predators back home against the Edmonton Oilers. Already one game against the Oilers this season. Also a 2-day break right in there. So the Predators have played a bunch of hockey to begin the season, but they've also now had a break here this week, and they'll have a break to begin next week after this back-to-back. On the 2nd of November, the Predators begin the month against the Colorado Avalanche at Bridgestone Arena. On the 4th against the LA Kings. And on the 6th, Preds back on the road in Washington. First of 2 matchups between the Preds and the Columbus Blue Jackets this season. They won't meet again all the way until April the 1st when the Preds go to Columbus. Obviously, any points in April are going to be pivotal importance. So the 4 points in this series here at the very beginning of the schedule, at the very end of the schedule, could be very important points for the Predators. Preds are just starting to get some momentum going underneath them. These 2 points coming up tonight are extremely important for this Predators team. Now, this Jackets team, not off to a bad start. 3-3 on the season through 6 games. That means 6 points, but they are 7th in the Metropolitan Division. Of course, they have struggled the last couple of years to climb out of the bottom parts of the basement of that division. 1-1 so far on the road this season. They have scored 24 goals. They've given up 20. They have a goal differential of +4. This should be noted. That's a very high number through this part of the season. Let's talk about their most recent stretch of games. Let's go back 5. Let's talk about October the 12th. It was a 6-4 win at the Colorado Avalanche. Now that one's kind of standard. Colorado's taken quite the beating so far this season. On the 15th of October, a 4-3 loss versus Florida. On the 17th, a 6-4 win versus Buffalo. So another game where they score 6 goals and pick up a victory. On the 19th, a 3-1 win versus Minnesota. And then again on the 22nd, their most recent game, a 6-2 win versus Toronto. So they have scored 6 goals in 3 of their last 5 games, all of those being victories. That last game was versus Toronto, in case I missed that part. Tarasov got the start, went 26 out of 28, picked up the victory for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So again, the Columbus Blue Jackets have put up 6 goals 3 times in their last 5 games. The Predators are giving up 3.57 goals per game. That's 25th rated in the NHL. The Columbus Blue Jackets giving up 3.33 goals per game. That's 17th in the NHL. The goals for category, impressive number for Columbus. 4 overall per game is 6th best in the league. 2.43 for the Nashville Predators is 29th in the league. When it comes to the shots per category, this is one place where the Preds are dominant so far this season. 36.1 shots per game is 1st in the NHL. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, 30.2 shots on net per game is 13th. Their shots against, impressive though, 27.3 is 7th best in the National Hockey League, while the Predators giving up 28.4 shots against per game is 11th best in the NHL. On the special teams, the Predators have the advantage in both of these particular categories. 18.5% power play conversion rate is 19th best in the league 5 times now, 5 conversions on 27 opportunities for Nashville. For Columbus, 16.7% is their conversion rate. That's 24th best in the NHL. 3 conversions on 18 opportunities. On the PK, the Predators stellar so far this season. 91.7% kill rate. That's 2nd best overall. 2 power play goals against so far this season. The Columbus Blue Jackets kill rate 77.8%. That's 16th best in the league. They have given up 4 power play goals against the season. That's reasonable, but in the middle of the pack there. So when it comes to these particular metrics, it's pretty much across the board even here, where the Columbus Blue Jackets are ahead in 3 categories and the Nashville Predators are ahead in 3 of these statistical categories. When it comes to the individual statistics, Columbus is off to a pretty good start so far this season. Let's start on their side of the ledger. Marchenko would be leading the Nashville Predators in scoring at this moment of the season. He is leading the Columbus Blue Jackets in scoring. 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 total points. Monahan usually has good games against the Nashville Predators. Always did when he was with Calgary. 3 goals and 4 assists for 7 total points. Chinakhov, 3 and 4 for 7. Werenski, 2 and 4 for 6. And Johnson, 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 total points. On the Nashville Predators side of things, Philip Forsberg continues to lead the way. 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points. Continues on his point-per-game pace as he did for all of last season, and has continued on through the first 7 games so far this season. O'Reilly is at 2 goals and 4 assists for 6 points. Luke Evangelista, third on the team in scoring with a goal and 4 assists. I've really liked his game and the evolution of his game from last season to this season. 5 points so far and looking good and strong and confident out there. Roman Jossi's 0 goals, 5 assists, 5 total points. And Tommy Novak, all he does is make plays, and so far he's got 3 goals to be the co-leader with Philip Forsberg for the team lead in goals. Plus 1 assist makes 4 points for Tommy Novak. Anticipated goaltender matchup sees Tarasov at 3-1 with a goals against of 3.29 and a save percentage of .888. Going up against Scott Wedgwood, but I do want to give you UC Saros' updated numbers: 2 and 4, 2.74 goals against average, .908 save percentage. We haven't seen Wedgwood since opening night. 0-1 is his record on the season. That's got you all set up for the Nashville Predators host the Columbus Blue Jackets on the second night of back-to-backs. The Predators opened up the back-to-back in Chicago, then had to head on home. So let's go back to Chicago. Let's call it the Rebirth Sports full game recap, and let's bring you all the details coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.